Hey, this is Chuck, and you are listening to Fans with Bands, the podcast where we talk to the fans and the bands they dig about life, music, and whatever the hell else we want to talk about. Today on Fans with Bands, we're talking to Room 101. Check it out. There we go. Very nice. Hey, this is Chuck with Fans with Bands, and I'm talking to Shaun, Jake, Kevin, and Chris of Room 101. How you guys doing?
Good. Doing good.
Excellent. Fantastic. And then we also have, looks like Christina is starting to join, and we've got the dudes in Ruin are here for to hang out with us as well. So how you guys doing? Well, you can't actually hear them, but they're
there.
They're giving the hand signals, which is there they are. There you go. Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for being on. Really appreciate it. Oh, we got some like a band sounded. I don't know what that was. It's crazy. So we were kind of talking before we got started, but just kind of recap a little bit. I was trying to remember exactly who I saw posted, your album Sightless. It was either Ben from Drink Their Blood, or it might have been Brad from Cavalcade. But anyway, somebody put that out there shortly after it came out. And, first thing I was drawn to is the art. The artwork was fantastic. And then I was like, I got to check this out. So I got on there and I was listening. And I was like, holy shit, this is so goddamn heavy and awesome. And I know I say this a lot, but I really was fucking blown away. I was like, fucking A. I mean, I immediately bought that album and I was like, fucking, this is so good. It's sort of like, there's obviously the comparison between Neurosis, but I also felt like there's a little bit of like a Cult of Luna thing going on there. It was just so good. Just big, heavy, atmospheric, crushing riffs. So anyway, I wanted to just thank you guys so much for being on the show, but also for making that fucking awesome album. So.
Oh, that rules, dude. Thank you. Holy shit.
So I wanted to kind of go back and like get the story behind the band. Like, so how did you guys get started? Where did Room 101 get launched?
Like this. Yeah, me and Shaun, me and Shaun were in a band together before this, and that's how me and Shaun had met. We actually met on Craigslist of all places. Ad out looking for a drummer, and really it just had like a few bands that were influences, and one of them being I Hate God, and I'm like, no one fucking likes I Hate God. So I immediately hit him up, and then it's been love ever since. So me and him and I've been jamming together. So
I just like how when you said, you couldn't see it because we're not on camera, but when he said, looking for drummer, he did air quotes.
Yeah. Shaun's eyes. I did. Yeah, Shaun's eyes. It's very important.
Awesome. And so, like, what was the besides the I Hate God? Sorry, Christina, I will mute you. Besides the I Hate God, influence, what else kind of pulled you guys together as far as bands that influenced your sound and kind of the direction you wanted the band to go into?
I think the reason why we're such a strong band is because everything, like literally you name it, Faith No More to Metallica to Deicide to, we are just fans of music and metal. So we're doing a Clutch cover. We've done a Tomahawk cover, like not even too much of metal stuff, but yeah. That's one of the parts that we all just fans of music.
Yeah, I lots of 70s. Kevin comes in with some country influence. I'm a huge prog rock. This is Jake, by the way.
Hey, Jake.
I'm a huge prog rock lad. We're all hip hop boys too.
We were just breaking down Cypress Hill albums right before this call.
Yeah. Actually, we're talking. Getting out some cardboard, doing some old school breakdancing here in a minute too.
That would be awesome. Oh shit!
Maybe at the end.
I got some moves.
Oh man, that's kind of funny. So, side story: when rap was getting big and breakdancing was coming along, my little brother, he was maybe 11, maybe 12. Maybe a little older. Anyway, he brought home some cardboard and started breakdancing, and my parents were like, "What the fuck is going on here?" He's trying to stand on his head and do this flipping around and shit. And I'm like, what in the, and I was too. I mean, I was like, I had no idea what the fuck was going on. And I still don't, and I'm still amazed at people that can break dance. So if you guys have got moves, I would love to see that in a show, just like a small section.
No moves here. I'm like Steve Martin in The Jerk.
I don't know. You can do the worm, put the guitar, do the worm, back up, solo.
Yes. Yeah. So I was mentioning, how much I love the album Sightless. We were talking again, like a little bit before we got started, that came out in February of 2021, and that you guys had started working on it during the pandemic. And I wanted to know a couple things. What for each of you is your favorite song off that album, and why? And then we'll talk a little bit about your songwriting.
I'll go first.
Yeah.
My favorite song on the album is probably Sightless. I love a lengthy song, but it gives you a little bit of everything, and it gives you the cool ending and everything. I don't know, that's without getting all weird about it. That's my.
I think Sightless is, I think for whatever reason, like that kind of defined us at that moment.
Yeah, when we wrote
you know what I mean?
sure.
Like, yeah, and it was a hard hill to climb, but I definitely think that was it.
Nice.
Kevin.
I'm probably gonna go with Sightless also.
Ooh. Oh, nice.
Anticipation's building.
Pressure. Oh man. Oh, what am I gonna do?
What do you think, Jake?
Man, it's hard because it's
Got to be the contrarian.
no, contrarian. I just
Look at the track list.
Yeah. What did we put on this thing?
no. I mean, like the thing is, like the innocent, the ignorant, and the insecure. Like that song, I really like the process writing the lyrics on. That was actually what we wrote in the studio.
Oh.
We finished it. I think we had some bones.
We had some bones, but like that was mainly a studio written song, and that was like a cool experience to throw in on making the album. I think Silence is the best song, but if I'm gonna pick, I'm gonna say Dead End, just because. Just that one because Kevin hates it. Kevin hates it most. No, I feel like for me, like when I did what little vocals there are in that song, like I'm really belting them. Like I was going through like
stuff.
Yeah, personal issues at the time, and it was like that song's like an outlet, and it still is. Like I could still drum up like a lot of like force when doing the vocals for that track, even live now, just because it's like I don't know. I just like I feel that song more than
I have the same thing with Sightless. That's
Yeah.
a very personal song to me too, and so I feel every time like I can very easily capture that again.
I think Sightless is. I agree. It's the best song, but my favorite. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say my favorite's The Innocent as well. That one, I love that
Ooh.
tune. Yeah.
Okay.
I think lyrically, that's as far as we kind of split writing duties when it comes to later times. It's usually Shaun and I, and a lot of the songs actually have words from both of us. We kind of bounce back and forth. But I did a lot of work on that one, and I'm really proud of those lyrics. Like I felt like like some of them are really good.
Well, I think that one's a straight punch in the face. There's no effects on that song. You know what I mean? Very all just straightforward. Kind of a metal song.
Yeah.
I love it at the end.
So what was the writing? What is the writing process like for you guys? I mean, are you more of a band that's going to put together, like somebody comes in with a kind of fully hatched idea, and then the rest of you work on it, tweak it, and you roll with it? Or are you, to me, what I consider kind of old school, where the band just gets together, start jamming off some riffs, and then put things together that way?
Well, before we used to do, I would write like a song, and then I would have like pretty much the song done, and then I would just like need them to write, their lines. So here's the rhythm.
Right.
And I did that for like The Burden. And then on Sightless, it kind of, everybody else has got riffs. You know what I mean? And so we were just playing, and that's why I think that album kind of evolved a lot from the other one, because there's so much more input on it.
There was a lot of input on it, and I think the thing, maybe just being older musicians, all of us were in prior bands at one point and have been playing this music for a long time, is basically that kill your darlings idea, where just like sometimes we would have good material and it would just hit a dead end, and it was just being willing to just go like, yeah, we're just letting it go. We're not going to come back to it. You know, this is dead in the water. As opposed to like my younger days, I would fight through and just like, nope, every riff must be used. You know?
Right.
And to hash that out, we're in no rush. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're like, oh, now we have it. The guys, I try to be a better songwriter than anything anymore. So we'll come up with a riff. Somebody will have a riff, and then we'll just start like pounding that riff. All the different what keys it's in. We'll pound that riff, and then and that's how it's been going. And I think it's helping us evolve. I definitely think we were practicing today, and we got this new song, and it's definitely different.
Which we'll be playing for the first time this
Friday
Friday.
night.
Friday, we're gonna give it
Right.
Friday and see how bad it crashes and burns for us.
Nah,
Did a good practice today.
It'll be all right.
it'll be awesome.
So I think it was Jake who was mentioning that. So you and Shaun do the lyrics, or do you guys pass them around?
We try to pass them off to whoever we can.
I've done some too.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
like Kevin does it. Everybody's got something, and we write differently. But it kind of does seem to break down to whoever's singing it. You know what I mean? So if
Yeah.
we're up with who's going to sing it for however we do it. Like,
There's a few songs.
can you sing and play this kind of?
Well,
Yeah.
the thing is, you get stuff like in Sightless, like the word slam, which I love my 2 verses in that. You wrote those, and those lyrics are great.
It's just hit or miss sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, you get lucky, you know?
Our song through the writing process too, because we'll try different stuff, and it might turn out totally different after we mess with it for a week.
Yeah, we're big on pre-recording too, because we've even demoed our new material, and then we'll play with that for a while, and then we'll sit down and rewrite it. Then we'll demo again, and then we'll play around with that for a while, and then we'll rewrite it.
It's pretty.
Well,
But like, I think the upside is it's being able to sit and listen to the song.
yeah.
You know, outside when you're not actively playing it is, I don't know, when I think the best ideas happen.
How many times have you been unhappy after you've recorded the CD? You know, it's happened
Yeah.
so much where you're like, I wish this or I wish that. And we're done with wishing.
Yeah,
Ain't got
so-
time for getting
Yeah.
old.
Right. Right. Although you can take that like overboard and try to engineer things to the nth degree and never put shit out because you're just like, oh fuck, I gotta tweak this, I gotta tweak that. Doesn't sound like you have that problem, but
Yeah.
that can
I mean,
happen.
We're just writing songs. So
Yeah.
we're not trying to like make some like 95-minute soundscape with like 4 songs buried in there. So
If it feels good, you do it, you know?
Yeah, that's
Right.
pretty much.
Right. Awesome. So we do have fans. We have Abigail has joined. We've got
Hey.
What?
Hi.
hey. We've got hand waving. That's awesome. Yeah. And so anybody listening, you can't actually see the video, but for the guys in room 101, they've got basically 4 disembodied heads with their names underneath each one. Evidently, they work at some kind of mortuary head fitting, place where you can style heads prior to getting your grandpa or uncle or significant other set up in their tomb or whatever the fuck you're gonna do, or burn them, whatever you want. But anyway, that's what we're seeing. And so they were doing some hand waving. So apart from my dialogue, Abigail, did you have any questions? Or there's Christina and the dudes in Ruin too. So I'll open it up if anybody has questions.
I mean, my question was like, have you ever pooped your pants on stage? But I was like, the better one.
Not yet.
Funny story.
I think Kevin will take this one.
Go ahead, buddy.
Not on stage.
You asked, have you pooped your pants in the last year? We might have some stories for you.
but I don't know about you guys, but I have unfortunately like gotten on stage and been like 2 songs in and realized I had the shit. That's a real problem. Like it's like I'm like, all right, this is the next song, and then my foot's just tapping. It's like, come on.
I know, because sometimes, I mean, when you gotta take a shit, sometimes you gotta go. I mean, it's not like it's unless, and then if you bear down and like keep it in too long, then you got problems, and you're like, fuck, I've missed the winter opportunity, and it'll never come back.
horrible.
You know, that stuff just impacts back up into the colon. That's what happens.
Ah, it's all kinds of problems are going to come from this. So yes, if there's any lesson to learn from this episode, is if you got to take a shit, take it right away.
Fiber.
It's
Or fiber.
Yeah. Oh my god. I would die without a fiber.
Poop.
Uh,
Yeah.
so I was, I like to get into like going back into what got you guys wanting to play music, and that is the question. Like, what was there a particular band or moment in time when you said, this is what I want to do. I want to get in a band and write my own music.
Probably Allison. That would definitely be like the thing that like was like, oh, I didn't know you could do that with music. I didn't know you could make someone feel like that.
Yeah.
Because the radio and you're listening to Boston, they're like, oh, that's cool solo, Tom Schultz, but we're not feeling anything. So I don't know. I just found that that dark path always intrigued me about music anyway.
Awesome. Who wants to go next?
Punk.
Was that yours?
That's what got you?
I'd go with 80s hardcore
Yeah,
punk.
but how old were you? What was going on?
Seeing the videos of the shows, just everything.
Oh yeah.
I didn't actually get to go though till I was probably 19.
Detroit. It was a pretty rough
Nice.
scene back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
got kind of crazy.
A lot of stabbings.
That'll happen. Yeah.
When was that? So in the 90s? Where at?
Yeah.
Where'd you go to a show?
I was like a freshman in high school, and then like I watched like a buddy get a guitar, and I was just kind of like, oh, that'd be cool, And I was already listening to like a lot of like Alice in Chains, Stone Temple Pilots, Soundgarden, like the whole '90s grunge stuff. And then like I got a guitar, and I was like, oh, this is I remember I spent like an hour and a half learning that little lead in The Man Who Sold the World from I'm like,
Yeah.
That was the first time I picked up an instrument.
Did you play it wrong line?
I was trying to play it like I got a left-handed guitar, I'm right-handed, and I was like, I don't know. So I remember that, and then I just kind of started listening to more music because I was trying to learn the instrument, and then it just got heavier and heavier and heavier, for me.
It's kind of what happens to everyone, right?
Yeah.
All right. Who did we get?
It changed my life, actually. It changed everything about me. I played guitar all the way until I was 30 years old before I started playing drums. And it was Paint God, Soylent Green, and Crowbar at the IROC in 98.
Oh, nice.
And watching Lacoste play drums blew my mind. I didn't know you could do that. Like, I would always been a fan of like death metal and stuff like that. Kind of understood like the whole basics, play fast and this and that.
Yeah.
But to not play fast and do what that guy did, I don't know. It changed everything for me.
Awesome. So, what was each of yours first album that you bought with
I'll go.
CD?
Motley Crue, Dr. Feelgood was the first CD I ever spent my own money on.
Wait,
and I bought it. Yeah, I bought it at a video store.
Wait a minute, you didn't buy cassettes? Like my first
I
album
had
was a cassette.
all the butt metal cassettes you could shake a stick at from I was like 10 years old, dude, up until
Awesome.
14, 15.
Oh.
But when that first came out, I was really excited. I used to watch MTV. I was all into it, dude.
Oh yeah.
Full Motley Crue at the time.
Yeah, I mean, I was
into it.
I was an MTV kid. My parents got MTV right when it started. So like,
I lived in the woods, man. We didn't get cable. I only had my friends' houses and shit. So like,
yeah,
it was a huge deal.
living in the country sucks. I'm sorry.
Yeah, dude.
You missed all the good channels.
I had
That's right.
friends. I got it second hand. It's all good.
Bon Jovi. I don't saying that out loud. I feel
Okay,
this is Jake, by the way. No, it was. I remember that fucking slippery when wet fucking.
Oh yeah,
cover.
dude, I had that shit on tape.
First
Oh.
that I bought was Green Jello Serial Killer.
That's
Oh.
that's a good one.
I don't know. Like I revisited it. I used to like that album a lot when I was like younger, and
Yeah.
revisiting it, I almost can't sit through it.
No.
I mean, I like Rock and Roll Pumpkin, but the rest of it I can kind of.
I couldn't even tell your name.
I couldn't either. It's been
All right,
forever.
the
dude.
first thing I ever bought was on cassette, and it was an album by Chub Rock, You remember that rapper?
No.
No. Huh.
That's great, dude. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. Chuck Rock.
No.
Yeah, but
Yeah, is that my alter ego in rap? Oh, I'm gonna have to check that out.
yeah, I was young. I don't.
Oh my god. I know I asked Abigail before, but what was your first album?
I think it was actually a single, like a cassette single, but I think it was like Police or something, but I don't know. Did
It's
I-
not.
No.
It's the best out of all four.
Motley Crue's just. I bought shit before that, but I couldn't tell you what the hell it was, dude.
That was probably my second.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know for sure. I wish I could remember.
My first CD was Nirvana's In Utero. That was my first CD.
Oh, nice.
He was Wu-Tang Clan.
Oh,
Oh,
uh,
that was.
I
Pretty,
actually owned the CD before I owned it. Player.
I had the
Same with the Motley Crue. My parents had a super expensive one.
I was like, hey, maybe they got a CD player on this thing I bought.
I think that happened with a lot of people where they would, they were so intrigued with CDs, they got the CD, and then they're like, "Fuck, I gotta get something to play this thing on," you know?
booklets and stuff were just so new.
Yeah.
I really was a fan, dude. I used to look at booklets all the time.
Yeah, dude, that Motley Crue just came in that big long paper sleeve that they came in when they first came out.
the
No, it's just it's
big
way
folding things that would unfold and unravel, and then you could never get it back in the goddamn thing. Like, fuck.
And Terrifying Ribbon one.
Oh,
That was
yeah,
just a
that's-
classic inlay. You know?
I would, I mean, I do it now sometimes, but definitely way less. But I love sitting down with like an album with the intent of like, I'm gonna listen to this in just a single sitting. I'm gonna have the booklet here. I'm gonna like read the lyrics while I'm
It's
going
been
through.
so long since I've done that, but
Oh,
that's
yeah.
all.
So
That's what-
fun.
That's what I love about, vinyl, and that's kind of why I've gone back a little. I mean, partly just the nostalgia of it and the fact that it's back, but I love looking at the fucking album, and CDs are cool in that, you still had album art, and you had, and some people, like you said, would put out these huge booklets with a bunch of shit in it, but I don't know, something about having the big 12-inch album, the cover where you could kind of look at it.
Oh yeah, they're expensive.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Like new albums now, it's like stupid. Like what the fuck? It can't cost that much. I don't give a.
I guess they're closing or whatever. I don't know, but yeah, they're thousands of dollars. The shops, I don't fucking know.
Yeah,
Final stop, man. It's the end of it. It's all of it.
The vinyl
Turned into
Rosario of Lansing, Michigan is closing up shop. What are we gonna do, boys?
yeah.
White,
Yeah.
open one.
I don't know. Dude.
Huh?
So the Ruin guys have some questions in the chat for you guys.
Okay.
So first one is late night, Taco Bell or Denny's?
Danny's.
If we have time, Denny's.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't want
Alright.
another story. You know what I mean? I try to keep it to one a year.
Yeah, Taco Bell's pretty much instant diarrhea.
Taco
Well,
Bell. Well,
yeah.
now I don't drink anymore, but when I used to, that combination
Yeah,
of
but
things.
it's just like drinking. It's like you eat Taco Bell and then you're like, oh, this reminds me why I don't eat this.
I won't even eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say Denny's for sure. That's you're gonna get a quality meal, right? I think.
You get options too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got options too.
Come on.
Yeah, hell yeah. Abigail, what would you go with?
I don't really do either. I can't eat late at night or I'll get diarrhea. Still get
Man,
No.
kind of-
and so I saw thumbs up from the Ruin guys. So you guys are all Denny's guys?
yeah.
Is that true?
Forever.
Oh.
I just to sit there and smoke cigarettes.
Smoke cloves.
Oh, bro.
I think this episode about how smoke clothes. Put on my mascara.
Mascara. Okay, the next question from the Ruin guys is guitars. Favorite body shape? These are good questions, by the way.
It's an evolving thing, man. Like there's some beautiful guitars out there. Chris is always sending me pictures of guitars I can't afford. But I recently switched because Kevin looks so cool. And the single cutaway, like the Gibson, just what are
Like
they?
Les Paul?
the Les Paul, so I got
Les Paul or Eclipse.
the Eclipse. I ended up just getting an ESP one, but that body, that's my new thing now. I was Ibanez for my almost whole life, and then I got old. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, that's what I started off with. So in the background of, if you can see my background, I've got like there's a Les Paul double cutaway, and there's a Ibanez Saber, like the kind that Alex Skolnick used to play, and then the Les Paul. But yeah, I like I like the Les Paul as far as the body shape, but I do dig those fucking the guy Seth from Recorruptor. I can't remember. I think it's a Jackson. He's got this.
No, I think it's one of those headless. What the fuck?
Oh yeah,
Kiesel, like a Kiesel or something like that.
Yeah, it looks badass. I love that guitar.
I spent as much money as I could go into debt to get my guitar, and it still isn't what those cost. So I mean, I went and then like I got it like during. I got it during COVID, and so like spent COVID. That's why I was just playing this new guitar. It was cool. COVID ruled. I mean, no, I'm sorry, but I'm not mean anything like that. But like, I had I made the best out of the time.
Right? Yeah, you had to. You know.
I didn't mean for it to sound like that.
I love COVID. No,
COVID was awesome.
We got you.
Okay, sample that.
Oh man. So I'm going to keep going through these questions from the Ruin dudes because they're awesome. Passive or active? So I'm going to guess that's pickups.
Man, it's just active, and I can't say that it's like a game changer. If I could, and I just had the time and money and stuff, I would probably go back to passive pickups.
Yeah.
What do you got in yours? The Invaders?
Yeah.
That fucking Invader is phenomenal, dude. It is such a good pickup, and it's unique too. I think it's got a unique sound to it.
I actually switch between active depending on what part of what song I'm playing.
That's a nice feature.
Yeah. So you have both in bridge or
my bass.
Did that his new body style? What's your new favorite body style, Jake?
Oh, it's a Dingwall Combustion 5. It's got 5 strings.
How many frets does it have?
Many. And frets.
Oh shit. What was the question again?
What's the fret? The scale on the Dingwall?
I don't know, but I got EMG active right now, and they serve their purpose.
All right, and
yeah, they're good. They're solid pickup. There's nothing wrong. But I always try to find something for me. You know what I mean? So I always try to customize stuff a little bit.
Hey, you built your own cabinet.
Yeah.
Hey, well, I talked to the dudes. I don't know if you know the band END, they're Nipsey. Those dudes, they've like if you want to like build effects and shit. And then go down a fucking rabbit hole of craziness. Those dudes, man, they fucking like have these rigs because they do like electronic music with all these synths, and they build their own fucking shit. Like it's like rocket science. I feel like that Antares rocket or whatever the fuck they're gonna launch to the moon or Mars. that those dudes helped design it. I'm almost positive. Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy.
Check it out because we've been getting into the synth world as well, and yeah, it's a fucking rabbit hole. So like right now, I have a synth that I control with my feet, and that took a lot of money and time and energy. Like it was ridiculous.
Yeah. The other question from the Ruin guys is favorite pedals.
Ooh, man, these guys.
Yeah.
Mine's gonna be my afternoon.
Woo!
I love that.
Mine might be his after me.
So gotta enlighten me. What is the aftermead or aftermead?
Reverberator, a reverb.
Cool.
It's Earthquaker devices, like Earthquaker devices, everything. I hate to be like that fanboy on them, but they do make fucking great. And but I got a Keeley Burns that I really like. It's a reverb and a delay, and it has like modes of delay and 3 different modes of reverb. It's very cavernous.
Yeah.
So I think it would.
The AMTs too.
Oh, those AMT preamp pedals, they're distortion pedals that you plug into your preamp. So you buy a preamp on your head, and they are phenomenal. They're clones. We got a diesel clone
And a Cornford.
and a Cornford clone. And they're, I don't know, man, they're one of the best finds that I've just ever happened to stumble across. I got Kevin hooked on them too.
Yeah. That clean, man.
Yeah, the clean.
got
It's
a
like a
Fender,
Fender.
yeah.
It's a Fender clean, and then that's like all of them have the same clean tone, and then they each have a unique distortion.
Very cool. Awesome.
Okay.
Oh
You guys-
man,
you
That's-
guys-
that pedal's never off. I plug in my pedal board, it's on already.
That's
It's
Lee's
on-
favorite too.
The one on my foot.
The one he built me, so the drummer actually happens to build guitar pedals too. So he built me this distortion pedal that is, and my phaser too.
Yep.
He built me a phaser too, which I should have said that's my favorite. But,
That's
but they're
awesome.
both distortion pedals like this, all these different diode clippings for like different tube screamers and stuff. It's a fucking sweet build. So
Nice.
that's
Nice. And the last question from the Ruin guys, well, not their last question, but the last one on their list. Who can shotgun a beer the fastest?
Ooh, it's just
Which one of you still drinks?
Oh, see, there you go. Might have to be an NA beer.
it probably would have been Chris back in the day.
Yeah, probably. Well, back in the day doesn't mean shit. Now, we are gonna have to. Actually, I don't know. We're gonna have to settle this next
Friday night.
Friday night.
Friday night. We're
Friday
gonna
night,
have to
we're gonna
settle this.
once and for all.
I'll opt out. You guys
Show
go
it
right
out.
ahead.
Yeah, you could use an NA beer. That's all good.
Oh, I'm not. I can,
Yeah.
We're more into smoking these days.
Oh yeah. See, I went kind of the opposite way. I used to smoke down like crazy, and now I since it's legal now, well, not that really mattered before, but it's just like I don't know. It doesn't do anything for me as much, or sometimes I get too paranoid. But
Yeah.
so now I just drink. But
I
teach their own. It's all good.
they will know you're high.
Yeah.
They will all.
Oh man. What I was so kind of going back to origin stories, and
We left
I
out
just like, what go ahead.
when we were talking about the origin stories. You just asked how me and Chris, or how we and I forgot that.
Yeah, we kind of got off track.
This is how it started.
I
Those
forgot-
guys don't matter.
I forgot the other guys. Yeah. No, funny thing. So Kevin and I have known each other for a long time. Jake and I have known each other actually the longest. But so Kevin always had this giant pedal board wherever he went. He played for Revenant and a bunch of other bands, and he always had this big ass giant pedal board. And so we were trying to get him into other bands, and just it wasn't a thing. And then so one band broke up. We started the new one, and that was the first guy we got. So we got Kevin, and I think that was one of the big things for our sound changing, because I think Burden I wrote pre-Kevin.
Yeah.
And then we got Kevin in, and then it changed our sound. Then we had another bass player for a little while, and that didn't work out.
We
And
were an Anesthesia cover band.
we just and so then I knew Jake hadn't played bass for a band in how long, Jake?
Oh my god, I didn't play in a band for like 10 years.
And I know
wow.
he played this prog fucking kick-ass band back in the day. And so I was always keeping Jake in my back pocket. I was like, one of these days I'm gonna get this motherfucker to play for me.
Well, it was fun. Well, we did have that black metal project we were trying to do that just kind of
That was all talk.
well,
I wrote
I wrote the songs and I wrote all the lyrics, and it just kind of dissolved. But I didn't play for 10 years, and the funny thing was I picked it up a year before I met back up with Shaun and met these lads for the first time. But I'd been playing again for like a year, and just like I was just like hell bent. I'm just like, I was like picking songs. I had a goal of like knowing how to play 40 songs at one point. So I was just like picking my favorite songs and just trying to learn all of them. And then all of a sudden I wake up in the morning and I see a thing from Shaun, a post from Shaun saying that they were looking for a bass player. And I was like, yeah, why not? I didn't have like a head or a cabinet. I just playing bass with a little practice speaker for like a year.
Right.
My old equipment like years ago. So at first I was like kind of bumming gear for a bit. Built my rig.
You did it, dude. And then so you went from that to surpassing all of us with, you know what I mean? From the past.
Yeah, these guys are gear boys, and there's like a Gears arms race in this band where you know, you get hand-me-downs, but then you get soul shoe. It's like here you can have the space overdrive, but I don't think you'll like the tone as much as you think. Like plugs into metal and get this.
I love the idea of a Gears arms race.
It's a real thing.
It's a real thing.
Yeah.
So
A slugs race though now because you're at a point where you're like, what can I do? Because I'm almost happy with my I'm almost
all the
there.
upgrades are super expensive.
Yeah, just more drums,
everything. I mean,
more
like a
cymbals,
JCM
more stuff.
800, and I can't do that. So
No, what you end up is you end up with like a lot of like effect pedals for just like one song.
yeah, very true. Very
You know,
true.
it's like if I don't get rid of anything, it's like
Very. I like it, meat and potatoes. I'll just like get the job done.
you hit it hard this year too.
Double
Double
bass
bass pedal?
whatever, dude. Everything. Drums are ridiculous.
That
So,
giant bass.
That giant bass drum, the Kevlar snare thing, you've been hitting it hard. He got the cover with the thing.
Yeah,
We're
dude.
getting a picture of that. It's the new album cover on his kick drum.
Yeah.
So now he's
Oh.
talking. He's like, how come you don't have that on your cabs? You know?
so that drum head soon.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's gonna be dope as fuck too.
All right, what is
It's gonna be Garth Knight, yo.
yeah.
I don't know who that is.
It's
You are
Michael
gonna know.
Knight's evil brother, Knight Rider, you asshole. Don't you?
See, no one even knew what you were talking about.
Talking about.
We lost a couple minutes ago. Sorry about that.
You know what? It's us, so we'll do it.
well,
Never.
I'm concerned about you guys' like backs because do you need a semi to get all this shit to a show?
I got a minivan. He's got a Prius, so we make it work. No, we got, dude, we've been doing this, we're old, so we got it almost down to a science. We're minimalist for actually what we do. So you got a pedal board, you got your head, you got your cab, everything's, wires.
And if anything, we're all about safety. We're constantly like with your knees, not your back.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what,
Awesome. Dude,
we're very
Very big on the buddy
Very
system.
OSHA conscious man.
Yes.
yeah. And then definitely like before a show, it's like, all right, guys, 20 minutes before we go on, let's take a couple Moltrans.
I mean, yeah.
do some hot yoga.
Yeah. Oh man, we stretched. That's not a joke. But
Oh man. I think we touched on it a little bit, but I'm not sure if we delved in completely. And that was what was the first concert you guys went to, each of you? So Kevin.
I'll go.
You go. Go ahead.
Mine was Marilyn Manson in '96 with Helmet, Rasputina.
that's cool.
Yeah, that was
Nice.
a pretty crazy show.
Mine
Yeah.
was Love
Oh yeah.
94. That was with I was only 15, dude. It was Smashing Pumpkins, Beastie Boys, Cypress Hill,
Nice.
Dope
Nick
show.
Cave. I don't know, all kinds of shit. I can't remember all of them.
Man, these guys got these boys got
Dude,
good shows.
I'm gonna ruin it. Mine was
Manson.
the Romantics.
That's
Is
all.
that so bad? Really?
It was this. I lived in Texas at the time, and it was like this outdoor concert. My mom took me.
That one, I can't think of the name of the tune. It was all over the radio at the time, but it's fine.
What about you? That's the one.
That's the
Yeah,
fucking.
They fucking played it. I think they played it over and over
Is that all
again.
you remember?
30 minutes of that fucking song.
Mine was first concert was Weird Al Yankovic.
What the
That's
fuck?
awesome. Good.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
I didn't even know that.
that is
We're learning a lot about each other.
that is so cool because there have been, I don't know, maybe not a huge amount, but 4 or 5 people that I've interviewed, and they've all said that was the first concert was Weird Al.
Weird
So-
Al.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's very accessible at a young age too.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You get your money's worth,
Yeah.
Dude goes all
Right.
out.
Well, yeah. He puts on a good show, and it's accessible without being too scary. It doesn't freak out your parents like going to fucking Slayer or something
Mom
when
will
you're
go.
10, So, yeah. Boom. And Abigail, I should know this. What was your first concert?
Reading Rainbow live with LeVar Burton in the 80s.
Oh, that's right.
But again, bro, come on. That's LeVar Burton.
That's pretty tough.
That's so. Oh man.
I'd go again.
Yeah, hell yeah. LeVar Burton is awesome.
Yeah, he read like from the Where the Sidewalk Ends, like Shel Silverstein.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's you?
That was like one thing I forgot about last time.
Yeah, that is dope. That's so cool. So if you guys could go get a beverage of your choice with somebody, they could be alive or dead. Who would that be, and why would you want to talk to them?
Dude, you're asking good questions, man.
It's
This one.
it's my stock list. I feel like I've asked every fucking person this thing. They're gonna go, God damn it, I already know what you're gonna ask me.
They're good questions.
All right, who wants to go first?
I have to go with my dad because I never knew. No, I'm joking. No, I know.
Don't make me laugh about that.
Dude, I mean, again, I have to go back to the thing. Probably Lane Staley. I don't know, just because I find him to be interesting, and I can't think of anyone else that I really.
Oh man, you know what I would do? I would love to like sit down and have a conversation with Stephen King. Just because like when I was like a kid, like I was
No, you're good. I just it's
I don't
okay.
know why you're laughing.
You will in a minute.
I used to have like Stephen King books. I was like reading them in like 4th or 5th
I
grade.
fucking love Stephen King.
The shit's great.
Yeah.
And then at some point my mom threw them all out, so then they became this thing, and I'd still get them. And I had them like hidden, and I'd like read them at night. And then like I got older, I could read as much Stephen King as I got.
Dude, the Gunslingers were the best series
it's
of
so
books
good.
I've ever read in my life, without a doubt.
Man, that first book's so strong.
It's so good.
That's like the writing on it's so good.
You ready for this, dude? Emilio Estevez. Oh no, man! Maximum overdrive questions. Like so many fucking movie rules, dude.
A double date, Stephen King and Emilio Estevez.
Yeah, see, I know what I'm talking about.
How much blow he did while he was like
Totally.
filming. It'd be great.
I want to know what's up with old Emilio.
I don't know if I like my answer now.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Well, what was that that kind of cult classic he was in, where the radioactive thing was in the car or something like that?
Yeah, Maximum Overdrive, dude.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh no, but there was another one he did that was about like, was it Maximum Overdrive?
And it's AC/DC. Can't fucking go wrong.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. But he did another one where it was another weird ass movie where he's like some kind of punk rock dude.
Repo Man?
Repo Man, that's what it was.
Oh.
Yeah.
You guys are crazy with this.
That's fun.
And he was in the Breakfast Club, right?
Yo. Yes, he was.
All right,
Bring it back around.
And the mighty.
Yeah, I'm liking that. I'm thinking we should track that fucker down. He'd be awesome to talk to. We can ask him about his brother Charlie.
Yeah, see, there's so many good
Yeah,
questions
yeah.
you could ask that dude.
Yeah, talk about your dad being in fucking, doing acid in Vietnam.
Yeah,
Art
all that,
scene?
yeah, dude, all that good shit.
Yeah. Oh,
He seems
shit. All right, who do we miss? Who
I'd probably want to meet Tiny Tim. Honestly, it was a toss up between him and Gigi Allen.
Oh, yeah,
You got poop on you for sure. Back to the shit again.
yeah. I feel like if Tiny Tim had been born later, he might have become Gigi Allen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who?
Tiny Tim. I think I might, if he had been born later in life, I think he could have become that guy, or he could have become Sam
They
Kinison.
did an album together.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. I don't think they recorded it at the same time, but yeah, look up Tiny Tim and Gigi Allen.
Holy shit! Now, yeah, I'm gonna be looking for that later. Holy crap!
Good. Problem we
Right.
brought up. Now nobody's listening to this interview.
Yeah, he's gonna right through the roof, man. Oh shit.
Well,
Oh,
So to kind of circle back to what you guys are doing now, like, so did I hear that a new album is in the works or done, or what's happening?
It's I mean 90% done. Like it's all done. It's kind of an EP, but it's still, I think it's going to be over 20 minutes, and it's got a cover on it, and it's pretty much done. But we keep playing these shows, and it kind of like keeps putting the writing process down back. But we got a plan, and
yeah, the plan is, barring some, weird, crazy, you're opening up for your favorite band kind of shows, we're gonna take like period to finish writing and record, and then we want to get this one pressed if that's financially
Viable.
Right.
But could be.
So, what was I going to ask you? Oh, the cover art. Who did the first album, and is it the same artist doing the second one?
No, I'm glad you asked though, man, because the cover art actually was a hard one for us because it was the guy's head split design. He does a lot of stuff like for just all types. It's mostly like newer death metal type stuff.
Yeah.
But they had this one design that stuck out in all of his designs because a lot of them were like typical goats and skulls and dead people.
I mean, they're awesome.
I'm not. Yes, yeah. I love his art, and that's why I kept coming back to his page. I'm like, he's gonna have something. In this one piece, you'll look down the page, and that one just stood out in all of them.
Yeah,
it's simplicity. It really I don't know. It left a lot to the imagination.
Well, I think it kind of like guided some of the writing process too, because we did that with the new one too. We actually get the art. Like even the new stuff, we already have the art. We're already making T-shirts. We're already kind of getting stuff going on it. But
during COVID, there was a lot of artists putting stuff up, and we were kind of trying to scoop it, help them out, and to use for future projects.
Yeah. So we actually we have a few pieces of art that are waiting in the winds too.
So we switched up artists, and we went with misanthropic art.
Oh yeah.
For the new one. Dude, super dark. It's super simplistic. It's just black and white. And then
we had him do a new logo.
We had him do a new logo, which is kind of like a symbol because we're kind of going down like this cult thing for this album that happens to be whatever topic.
That's the theme is cults.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
So I got in my head about what
Heaven's Gate.
Heaven's Gate.
Oh yeah.
And so I liked that their symbols. So we kind of stole their symbol and made it our own. And I want to get some blue Nikes.
Well, I mean, we didn't really steal. We were inspired by our symbol because ours.
Yeah, we were inspired. Yeah, they're not the same at all. But I mean,
we're definitely Heaven's Gate home team.
And in the writing process, I don't know about Shaun, but I actually sat down and watched that Heaven's Gate documentary. That two-parter.
I watched it recently.
Yeah, and it just rips your heart out, especially when they show the final interviews of.
Oh, I know.
They're pumped. You know what I mean? They're excited.
Yeah.
Watching them.
Yeah, I'm gonna castrate myself.
No, they're just expressing.
Cut off these balls.
They're expressing this joy, and it's just it's rough. It actually is pretty rough to watch. I would say.
Yeah,
but
that was wild. It was pretty well done, I thought too.
Cults in general are, I think inherently fascinating.
This week for me, kids.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, Jonestown. I mean, Jesus Christ.
There's so many examples of them, and
the movies.
How it goes bad, and how it just, I don't know. It's the same but different, kind of.
Yeah.
Acknowledging too that anybody can be in a cult too. It's not one of those things where it's how could somebody be in a cult? It's a thing that can just happen. You're in the wrong place at the wrong time and in the wrong state of mind. You can be in a cult.
Yeah.
Wasn't a cult. Christianity.
Well, I would consider that to be. I mean, no offense to anybody that is religious and feels a love for Jesus. I don't get it at all. But
I guess I did, and then I got older.
And parents made you.
The parents make you, and then you're like, oh, you fucking lying to me.
Yeah, it was weird. My parents. So my aunt's actually a nun, and they never. My parents, and even my aunt, she's a great person. She was never ever about trying to push religion on me or my siblings. My parents were totally not that way. I got into it by myself, because I had a friend that was in one of those Holy Roller Baptist things when I was a kid, and my mom, she's passed away, but I can still remember her talking about this later because I was, I don't know, fucking 12 or something. I came, maybe 13. I was 12. So I came home and I go, Mom, I've been saved. And she's like, what? What are you talking about? Saved? Who's saving you from what? I would go, I've got the love of Jesus in my heart. And she's like, oh my God. And then I'm like, she's going, what are you, who is inside? So I said, oh, it was, so-and-so's friend. And we were going, they went to church and they saved us. And I'm like, I've been saved. And my mom's like, okay, you go sit in your room. She was
Well,
like, it
whole
was
thing is,
crazy.
you know what I mean? You find a teenager and you accept them, and they're like, "Oh shit,"
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
Yeah. But that only lasted, I think, I don't know, a year maybe. And then I found out you couldn't swear. I'm like, this is not going to fucking work. Oh, Lord. Let's see. Abigail, do you have any other questions for these guys?
Are you gonna write an album about Garth Knight?
Oh shit.
Maybe songs inspired by
dude, for sure.
What we're talking about.
Fired by four.
No, the album title was going to be music inspired by the motion picture Forrest Gump.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah, it was.
it was originally going to be. Every song was going to be about the movie Forrest Gump. That was going to be its title.
Now
We always
now
bounce
it's-
between jokey and nihilistic.
And then that always wins.
Yeah,
we'll do an 80s TV one, that's for sure.
we have to come up with a concept of, because we've been like writing songs just that we do nothing with. We'll be at practice, we'll write a song. It's not our band. It's just, you know what I mean? It'll be a punk song or just whatever.
It's room 102.
Yeah.
Room 103.
So we're going to go record a CD and just get fucked up as much as we can and then just record whatever we write.
That sounds awesome.
It was
It
just-
sounds less good when I say it out loud.
It's a good thing we're procrastinators.
Yeah. Well, now this will be out like on, in the interwebs. So if it gets enough traction, people are like 102, 102.
Put it into existence.
So we've had Kelly's joined. Kelly, can you hear us?
Hi.
Hey.
Hey, Kelly.
Kelly, do you have any questions for Room 101 dudes?
Where are you?
we do not know where we are.
Yeah, they've got the awesome disembodied heads.
At an undisclosed location in the Arctic.
200 under the ocean's surface.
Oh, there was one other question I meant to ask you guys, and I forgot earlier. So Room 101 is a shout out to 1984. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
When we were trying to come up with names, I was introducing my son to that movie, who was 15. He actually, I was like, hey, you got a good idea for a band name? He's like, what about Room 101? And I'm like,
Oh, really?
yeah, that's how I
didn't know that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so
We were having a real tough time nailing down a name. We went months
yeah.
going back and forth and throwing stuff around. And I honestly don't even think we all settled on this happily.
It breaks
just
up
was
a
like,
lot.
we got to pick something. The fucking music's done.
Bro, that, be honest, like I've never read the book or I don't know anything about it. People ask, I'll say my name in my band. They'll be like, oh, was that in whatever you just said? I'm like, I don't like.
To sell it to Shaun, we were just like, it's your worst fear.
Am I the only one?
Okay.
Am I the only one who's actually read the book?
No,
Yep.
I read both.
Oh, you read the book.
I haven't read the book.
Yeah, the book's a trip, man. I mean, I'd seen the movie like years ago, but then I read the book because I was like, I don't know, just felt like I needed to read it, and it definitely made me think, and it definitely made me think like this shit's fucking real. Like half the time, the Ministry of Disinformation or whatever there was, the truth is not the truth, and this, and like, holy crap, man, this is like.
I was surprised that the movie 1984 and Brazil came out like real close to each other, and they're so similar in like
Yeah.
theme. So
Yeah.
words.
Yeah, that's
Great.
another great movie, Brazil. Holy shit, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, I almost think it does the themes in 1984 better than the actual 1984 movie.
Yeah, I would say too.
Yeah.
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 Crazy. Well, guys, I really appreciate you being part of Fans with Bands, and
Oh yeah, man. Thanks for having.
yeah, hell yeah! Thanks you guys for being on. Hopefully, I can get to a show. I can't go this Friday, but I will. I'm a religious follower of your Facebook page, so I'll make sure I.
Avenue with Bupak and Repeat and fuck who else?
That dance
Crawler.
accusation.
Anvil Crawler.
And with that, yeah,
When's that?
September 24th.
Oh, fucking hey! All right. I got.
And- I believe we're. Well, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Let me pull out my.
Yeah, I think that's a Saturday.
I believe so.
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
We don't do those too much anymore.
Yeah. So, all right. So I'll put that on my to-do list. But anyway, I just have one last question for everybody, and that is, it's the controversial question that I love: pineapple or no pineapple on pizza?
Put it on there. I'll eat it. I don't give a fuck. If it's pizza, I'll eat it. I don't care.
I think that anyone that does pineapple on pizza should die. So, Evan, what about that?
I think eating pineapple on pizza is sick and immoral.
Big.
Awesome.
I gotta honestly say this. I have the utmost respect for people who like pineapple on pizza, and I support them wholly in their decision. You know what? The woman I love is a pineapple on pizza. I don't like eating pineapple on pizza.
Uh-oh.
So,
Yeah.
however you don't choose to take it, you're okay with them eating pineapple
Well,
on
when
pizza.
me and Shaun are
Okay,
eating, you
don't-
can wait in the fucking car.
As long as you guys don't eat pineapple on pizza in public, it's fine. You know? Eat pineapple on pizza behind closed doors.
There you go.
That probably it was free.
I ain't gonna order it though, right?
I don't know. You know what though? I'd rather eat pineapple on pizza than olives. Olives.
I
on
like
pizza.
green olives.
Oh, love olives. Man. I can't go there with you, buddy.
No onion.
Yeah. Abigail, I can't remember your answer.
Yeah, put pineapple and olives on there. That's cool.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, get on that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's there.
And Kelly, did I see that you were the pineapple fan?
Yes.
All right. Awesome. Is there a favorite combination to go with the pineapple besides
Ham.
or ham?
Ham. I think I'm a
That's
ham
the
and pineapple.
full-on
Yeah.
Hawaiian action there, dude.
Mhm.
That's good. I've had it with artichoke and pineapple. It's kind of weird. It's not a
Oh.
good one.
Yeah. Because I've heard some people that like the pineapple. I'm not a pineapple fan. I mean, I like pineapple, but not on pizza. But they've said that jalapeno and pineapple.
We
I
used
can
to
see
do.
that.
Why don't I try
That'd be
that?
all right.
There's the banana peppers we would do too, and that's so
Oh.
weird. I still got that sweet and
I had pineapple with like cayenne and like spicy stuff on it. That was really good. I wonder if you did that and put it on pizza.
I had a fucking pineapple popsicle the other day. What do you think of that?
I like how seriously he looked at me. He's like dead serious. What do you
What do you think of that, man?
think?
Real shit, dude. Come on.
Be real.
Oh, crazy.
Polite.
start being.
Well, guys, thanks again for being on Fans with Bands. Really appreciate it.
Hell yeah,
No,
man.
thank you. You're awesome,
Thank you,
man.
everybody that tuned in.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right.
Bye, people.
Take care, guys.
Later.
Thanks to Kevin, Shaun, Jake, Chris, Christina, Abigail, Steve, and the dudes in Ruin for joining me on this episode of Fans with Bands. I love the devastating heaviness of Room 101, and it was a lot of fun getting to hear their story. They are working on new music, which you can experience at a live show. Be sure to check out their site and keep an eye out for shows. See the show notes for all the details and links. These are tough times for everyone in the creative industries such as music. Your support of live streaming, purchasing music, and merchandise is critical. If you can help out your local artists, please do. If you are in the Michigan area, consider following the Playing in the Detroit Area Tonight Facebook page. It is a place for fans and bands to support each other and share our combined love of music. Thank you all so much for listening. Be sure to hit subscribe on your favorite podcast service to get each and every episode of Fans with Bands. Spread the word by rating the show and leaving a comment. We want to hear what you think. You can keep in touch by following us on social media. This is a Life in Michigan production. Until next time, be well and kick out the jams.